What you smelling there, bud? Is that our first ever box of HelloFresh? Does it smell good? Does it smell like chicken? Greetings, hello. It is just me tonight. Well, just me in this lovely box right here. Akira has sadly returned home, but tonight is an adventure for me because I just got my first box of HelloFresh, which is so freaking cool. I live on a very tight budget and I could never really get it before, and I'm probably not gonna be able to get it continuously, but once in a while, yeah, absolutely. I get FabFitFun, and there was a lovely little $90 gift card sitting in the top of it for HelloFresh this time, and I'm really excited to try it. And I got kind of tame recipes this time because, for one, I'm not confident in my ability to cook, but also I've just never done this before and I want to make sure I like the food that I'm spending money on. Granted, I only spent about $26 for this week's food, which I got 3 meals, each with 2 servings, and I got a loaf of garlic bread because, like, why wouldn't I? So anyway, let's unbox this beautiful box. I'm not a wordsmith, okay? Hey, Yuri. How's it look? Look good? Yeah? Yes. Ooh. So the recipes are all at the top, and it looks like my garlic bread is the first one I see. So these I'm completely keeping. So this is the first recipe I got. This is the burgers, and it's got some zucchini on the side. Super excited. And it has all the directions on the back. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about just keeping these, which I'm sure they know, like, that's part of where the cost comes from. Normally this box would be about $60. That's why I'm so excited. What did you just... Yuri? You see that? He's a murderer. See that? So my next meal is this maple mustard chicken. And that one is one that I'm super excited for. Like I said, I got very tame meals this time because I know myself and I can be picky sometimes. Not usually, but sometimes. And then I got these meatballs with potatoes and green beans. And apparently there's some deals in here. And what's this? Oh, they sent me pink Himalayan salt. Little do they know, I am the pink Himalayan salt fiend. I have a whole giant bag of it, and I also have a grinder, so I didn't need the salt, but it was very nice of them to send it. Now it's time to actually get the food out. Oh, beautiful. Yes, yes, queen. Oof. So the first one, this is the meatballs. It's also clearly labeled. Okay. Next in my bag of tricks is the chicken. And woo, this is a freezer pack on the bottom. This is so freaking cold. That's exciting. Okay, and then we have the burgers. So that's all our food. In here, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's like the smallest loaf of garlic bread I've ever seen in my life. Low-key not worth $4, but we will forget them. Oh, and all the way at the bottom is where they have kept the ground beef. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, part of me was really concerned about the meat because I'm someone who's really paranoid about my food, about being kept properly stored and cooked really well. I don't eat things that are undercooked. It's just a personal thing. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't eat raw fish. It's just a thing. My brain doesn't like it, so I don't do it. So one thing I was really wondering about was how they were gonna keep this to where it could sit on a truck all day. And I know there's the refrigerator pads and stuff and like insulation in the box, which is part of why the shipping is $6, which is fine. I completely understand that. You can't just let food spoil. But I wasn't sure how they were gonna really keep it that cold. But it turns out the meat is not in these paper bags. The meat is actually, there was this giant freezer box on top. See that? And underneath we have meat. So I have This was the first pack of ground beef that I pulled out, which is for one of the recipes. It's going to be the same amount. This is the next pack of ground beef. And then here's the chicken. Raise the antibiotics, always good. And then in here, there are actually two. These were completely around the meat. Two of those recycle things. Honestly, I really wish that I could reuse those. I bet I can't. But anyway, this is the haul. This is everything that was in the box. And then there's those cards that were on top. So I'm really excited to use them. I don't know if I'm going to make anything right this second. But when I do, you will see it. Right, Yuri? Just literally completely ignores me. Yuri? Meow. He's talking. He's doing his pigeon sounds, interspersed with little meows. Okay, so it's not the same day. It's actually the next day because yesterday I just was kind of a lazy little bum, you know? But that's okay because tonight we're going to go ahead and make a recipe. Yuri, stop eating things. He's eating things. Now he's eating meat. Ow, ow, get off. Anyway, so tonight we are going to be making the, I think it's called the maple mustard chicken. That one looks really good. So we're gonna be making that. So I have my chicken and let's find the appropriate bag. This is what we're gonna be making. Looks pretty good, But yeah, so we have all the instructions right here. And I don't think there's really a way to mess this up. So one thing I do have to do, an extra step that I have to take, is I have to get my little countertop oven because the oven that came with my house, I have a really old house and it doesn't have a temperature control. Well, it does, but the numbers aren't on it. And as soon as I turn it on, it smells kind of weird and I just don't like using it. So I have a countertop oven instead. So we're gonna get that. Okay, so we have plugged in our countertop oven, which is this little guy. And we have our bag, crispy maple mustard chicken. We have our chicken. We have our cup. Shameless self-promo. And we have me. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just make it clear that it's supposed to take like 10 minutes to prep. That took me 32 minutes. I'm not a great cook. You're spinning away. I'm not a great cook. But anyway, it is time to put our beautiful babies into the oven. Oh, it would help if I opened the oven and also set more time so it doesn't go off. Here, I'll fix that in a minute. Oven is open, and it did say that we want the potatoes on the top rack, and then our chicken and carrots right down here. And obviously we'll check on that. And then as far as time, 20 to 25 minutes. So we'll start with 20. Let's do, this takes forever. Can I hold it? Oh, yes. We'll start at 19. Is that good? It's good? Okay. I'm gonna clean up and sterilize anything that touched chicken because I'm weird, I know. I'm over it. It's who I am. But I'm gonna go clean and we'll check back on the food when it is a bit more done. All right, boys and girls, so this is what everything is looking like. I did already split it in half because this half I'm gonna actually save for work tomorrow. This is my dinner tonight. I will say on the pictures on HelloFresh, I'm thinking that they probably used a small plate because this is a standard dinner plate and it looks like a lot less food than in the advertisements. Not that it looks like less food, but it looks like less on the plate. So I think they use a small plate or a smaller plate, but this is, I'm telling you, this is just a normal plate. So, but no, everything looks like it should. I'm pretty sure I did stuff right. I'm not a cook, so we'll see. Ignore the charred top of that. I just left it in for a couple minutes too long. The chicken looks pretty perfect. I cut open this thick boy just to make sure it was done. But this one is thinner, so therefore it's also done. But yeah, it looks pretty juicy and good. So I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna use the rest of this maple mustard sauce and probably drizzle some over my, there it is, drizzle some over my chicken for lunch tomorrow as well. But this is my lunch tomorrow. That's my dinner tonight. Definitely enough food for a meal. If you want seconds, like, too bad. But honestly, I do not mind, and I will catch up with you after I've eaten it. Sorry, it's a lot darker in this clip, but I was watching some YouTube in here and just eating, and I'm going to give this first HelloFresh experience, like, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It gets a point off because, and this is a me problem, it took a lot longer to prep everything than it said it would, and so it ended up taking me like an hour, and it was supposed to only be a half-hour recipe. It took a little bit longer to bake, but I do have a tiny little countertop oven, and even though it is a convection oven, it is pretty accurate. It's little, and it just doesn't have a lot of power, and and then my breaker flipped because I have an old house. It doesn't have a lot of juice, and I just, yeah, so it actually shut off for just a couple minutes, and I had to get it back going again. So there were some delays. So I did take a point off for time, although again, I think that's a me problem, and as I cook more, as I live alone and like get better at doing that and get quicker and more competent at doing that, I'm sure that that will be accurate to what they've said, which is 10-minute prep time, 25-minute cook time, so 35 altogether. And then the other thing, which this it was such a simple recipe with like simple ingredients that I didn't need to order from a food service, but I wouldn't have thought to make that on my own. So like obviously it was good that I got it, but I don't know, like I want to try more complicated things. My other recipes I'm excited for. One is, it's some meatballs and they have like a sauce on them, and then it's like chive mashed potatoes and like roasted green beans, I think. It looks really good. And then the other one is burgers, like Monterey Jack burgers with some red onion jam, garlic mayo, and then potatoes on the side. So they're both really, really simple, as well as this one. This one was super simple. I think if that's a big if I try HelloFresh for another week, because I do have a couple more weeks left with my discount, I think I'm gonna try a little bit more adventurous recipes, because these are just, they're almost so like too simple to where it doesn't seem worth it to me, because I could have just gone and done that. But again, like, they give you the recipe card, they give you everything pre-measured. So I think my overall experience, I will rate this an 8 out of 10. It did taste good, it filled me, it was enough food, and I've got lunch for tomorrow, so that was good. But I'm going to get ready for bed and hang out with my cat. And thanks for watching if you've made it this far. See you next time.